We have rituals for that. All the profanities that we throw to you right before we go live. It's our way of going, welcome, Matt.
Yeah, no, it's a great little dodge and weave every week now.
Born out of love.
That was very well done. I don't even think I got that.
Like some people walk out to the ring with like hardcore metal music. We just shout profanities at our DM. That's what we do to hype ourselves up.
It feels so good.
Try and crack him. Hello, everyone, and welcome to
Oh.
That's already off to a good start, huh?
Live stream.
Welcome to this evening's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Fun of our idea.
Exactly.
You talk for a living.
Live internet. It's a wonderful thing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role here, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors play Dungeons and Dragons.
Damn it! Damn it! It was perfect.
No, I got it right this time. Hello, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors play Dungeons and Dragons, or yell curse words at me as we intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around, roll dice, and play Dungeons and Dragons, while Liam curses at me a few seconds before we start the show to try and throw me off. It's worked once before.
Cock goblins.
Probably work again. Welcome to the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors roll dice, play Dungeons and Dragons, and Liam once again throws curses at me right before we start the stream. It's good. It's good.
I love you.
I love you too. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. Hate you, Liam.
That was good.
Yeah.
Really nice. Some good flavor.
You'll never know.
Shit in my face.
Welcome back, everybody.
Cock goblin.
Hello, guys. Welcome back.
I think you were on.
They got it on stream. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors play Dungeons and Dragons, and occasionally curse at me right before the stream. Every time. I guess we caught him a few times. Welcome back to this majestic clusterfuck that is tonight. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role. A bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around, roll dice, and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Face.
Yes, in my face. Thanks, Travis.
Guys, pay attention. Illithid syphilis.
The camera's already on. It's yeah.
Okay.
Piss blossom.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where Taliesin jumps the gun and says his phrase, "Too late."
Yeah, that was way too late, man. Way too late.
Welcome to tonight's
Oh, that was good. That
where a
was
bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors play Dungeons and Dragons and point to Liam O'Brien for the evening. Wow, fucker.
Right in the face.
Breaking into a coughing fit at the top of the game. You all right, Liam?
I said a bad word. I got the soap.
That's called karma. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Critical Role. After a barrage of delightful phrases that were just shouted at me. It's great.
Love you, Matt.
Love you too, guys. Hello, and welcome back. While we were away, I learned much about the anatomy of the basilisk. Thank you, Liam.
Welcome.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons and get the somewhat adjusted, altered countdown to us going live. It's great.
Quick blown.
Hello, and welcome back, everyone. Sorry, you waited too long, Johnson. Welcome back, everyone, to Critical Role. That was
The timing. She's been gone. The timing.
She's been gone a while. That's okay. Welcome back.
Sorry.
Ashley, you're amazing.
I'm just not working right now.
That's okay. Welcome back, everyone, including my party. Who need to calm the fuck down. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
A lot happened in that break.
That was very late. I missed most of it.
Pure chaos.
I'm so removed from most of that side of the table before the game starts. I'm like, what happened? What?
Do you just phase out so you don't hear the terrible things we say? Is that
No,
what
I'm
you
just
do now?
focused on the rest of the shit that's happening. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors. It's been a long year. A lot of us voice actors. Look, there's very high nerves in the studio right now because tonight's going to be crazy. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Critical Role. Well done, Liam. Well done. Welcome back, everyone. So, picking up where we left off from my esteemed panel of extremely mature and...
No one can hear, man. It doesn't exist.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical... Fuck you, Liam! Fuck you! Welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Victory!
Welcome back to Critical Role. Apparently we had a penguin explode in the background.
That sounded like
Did Foster
Dolores. That sounded like Dolores.
I don't know.
With that.
That was a goose. I feel like
I was specifically thinking, let me give Matt a little break here. I'll give him a little time.
there's no
and
break.
then,
There's no break. Like I get an instinctual nervousness now right before we go live because of you assholes now. Like this kind of Pavlovian kind of, oh, okay.
Sniped a parakeet. That was
Yeah. There it was.
There it is.
Second time. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit and play Dungeons and Dragons across my camera. Welcome back, everyone, to Critical Role. Damn it. Welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. Nice try, motherfuckers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'll remember that.
Cool.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. Nice one, Laura.
A rare
Well done. Over here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. I got Liam back via Skype somehow after many episodes of him fucking with me. I'm happy.
You gotta commit.
It was good. It was weaker than the first attempt, and
You know, this is my first chance to actually do this to you, and I keep getting completely swarmed by everyone else. So
yeah. Well, they're old pros.
This is my favorite thing ever.
Pros.
The uncertainty.
Pea pockets? Is that what I heard?
Not for me.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to Critical Role.
Oh, go to. Tetris.
Welcome back. God damn it. Anyway. I expect everything else. Well done. Well done, Travis. Well done. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Critical Role. So, first and foremost, nice try, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Critical Role. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around, play Dungeons and Dragons, and shout obscenities a little late. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Critical Role. Oh, God, they're closer now. I'm starting to rethink this scenario.
Life comes at you fast, man.
And it does, apparently. Anyway, welcome back.
I think that was the best one I've ever heard, though. Actually, that was a really good.
That was pretty good. And you may fight one later.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So, last we left off. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Critical Role.
Timing is bad.
Wow.
We missed you too, guys. And welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. Every goddamn week. Hello and welcome back.
We didn't say anything.
No, you didn't. I was waiting, and there was absolute silence.
You were
Wow.
from earlier.
This is what it's like to have respect. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Critical Role.
That was a barrage.
Yeah, that was making up for the beginning of the game. Hello and welcome back. God damn it! God damn it! Solid. Welcome back. I'll remember that.
So.
Vecna's Amish taint.
A little late, but thank you. I appreciate that.
A little late.
So, be really good friends with your DM before you do that, please. That's when the boulder appears and crushes your character, so be careful.